Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Caroline and this is episode 133. You can find me everywhere as Kralaline, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry. The works, you know what I mean. And I have a web shop, colourfulcreativity.nl. Welcome everyone. First episode of the new year, and after the vlogging I'm a bit somehow off. The whole regular episode is a bit difficult. Foreign concept. I think I haven't done one in 6 weeks, so yeah. So welcome to all new viewers. I hope you like it here. Subscribe down below and become a returning viewer, and welcome back to all returning viewers. I'm very happy that you are still around and give me thumbs up, comments and messages and everything. Very much appreciated. Today we have basically only whips. I have cast on so many new things that I haven't finished anything else after that headband that you already saw in the cast on videos. And I've just been plugging away at my whips. So I'm going to start with the first one right away, which is in this squirrel bag. This is an Ellenwood Craft bag from the lovely Emma that I got for Christmas from my wonderful friend Angela of Yarn and Yarns. She also has a podcast. Most of you follow her already, but if you don't, go check her out. All the links to everything I mention are in the description box on YouTube here, so definitely check that out if you want to find something that I mentioned. In here is my first cast on of the 12 cast ons of Christmas, a wonderful knit along by Angela, and this is my New Year's Eve cast on, a sock, a very simple sock, plain vanilla, in a brand new base, Colourful Linen Sock. Not sure if the camera picks it up, but they're kind of a little bit sticking out here and there. It is a merino linen blend, and I plan on releasing that somewhere end of springish, maybe a bit earlier in spring. We'll have to see. My head is currently exploding with ideas, so yeah, might take me a bit. But I have to test drive this stuff first. I want to see how it wears and how it keeps up with washing and walking and being harsh on it. Being harsh on it, I wash my socks in the washing machine, so I will always hand wash it the first time to see how it looks and how it feels and what it does. And then after that, if all is okay, I'll just chuck it in the washing machine. So yeah, the colorway is Razzle Dazzle. I don't think I already said that. I have knit on this quite a bit. I had some Zoom knitting and I knit when I was at my mum. So yeah, this is gonna be my waiting room knitting for this week because I have a few appointments. I have managed to do the heel flap and the gusset decreases already. So I'm now at the zooming around in the foot. Nice and easy. And yeah, knitting these on 2.5mm high sharps. The yarn might call for a needle size smaller, just like the hemp sock, but I just went with 2.5 to try it, and we'll see what is the verdict. So back in the bag, onto whip number 2. And I'm getting my whips in random order because I do not remember the order I did them on the 12 cast ons, and I'm not knitting them in that order either. So here in my All About Yarn TARDIS bag, I have the Sno-Cially Awesome Penguin Hat by Maynulet. And you might remember the yarn that I'm using is Craftfulness. Was it the Spoil Base? Luxury Base. There's the info. It's a cashmere blend and the colorway is called Don't Disturb. And it is a grey with some speckles of green and cherry red-ish and some darker grey. I think it knits up really nice. And yeah, that's only the main color. The contrast color I'm using is a charcoal grey by Regia, just very simple, because I cannot find that black yarn back. Still can't stand it, but it's grown a bit. The feet of the penguin are in, and the inside, which I think is way more interesting. I added the leather back jacquard. Yeah. Let me tell you, it's very interesting and you have to keep your head in the game. I keep forgetting when I pick it up again that I need to pull my yarn forward when I do the leather back stitch. So I keep knitting, tinking, knitting, tinking. It sucks. But yeah, I'm knitting this on 2.75mm needles. And I'm actually amazed by how loose or how good it feels. Usually I have to go up quite some needle sizes for color work, but with leather back jacquard I don't. I'm usually pretty tight on my catching my floats. And then I need to go up at least 2 needle sizes to even that out a bit with the regular stitches. But with leather back jacquard I don't, and it feels soft and it's nice and squishy and absolutely awesome. I like it, and it will be nice to have learned that technique for upcoming sock madnesses and stuff, because sometimes you really need it. I'm not sure when I will be knitting on this again, when you will be seeing it again. I mean, with the weekly updates, I'm guessing you will only see a few, and since we've had 6 weeks since there was a regular episode, and I'm not sure, maybe 10 days? No, for me it's more 10 days, but for you it's like a week since the last episode. So next up in the little orange cat bag, also made by my lovely friend Angela of Yarn and Yarns, is another cast on from the 12 cast ons. And yeah, I didn't do 12, that was all Angela, not me. Is my V-neck Magpie by Skeinanigans, and it is now not just an I-cord and one shoulder. Yeah, careful, very careful. It is now 2 shoulders and a little bit of back. So I picked up the back stitches in the dark I-cord, which was a bit of a pain in the ass, but okay. It's a bit dark, so you won't see it if I went off, hopefully. Once I am all through and finished, it will be in my neck. You won't see that, I'm fairly certain. I'm knitting these on 6.5mm needles, which is huge. And the yarn I'm using, I found a tag, hooray, is Arancia Botany Laced for the dark color. And the color is called PT2282. So not very interesting. And the other yarn I'm using is this one. I got 2 skeins that I'm alternating. Little Boo yarns in the colorway Surfer Dude. And it is a Super Rush Merino nylon and a sparkle yarn. So a little bit of sparkle at the start of the year won't hurt anyone, will it? And yeah, this will be picked up whenever I feel like it. I don't always feel like 6.5mm needles. I am more the 2.5mm needle person. So I would pick up my sock rather than this one somehow. And it says in the pattern to do it on wooden needles or something that is less slippery than metal, but I only have metal. and I only like metal, so yeah, it's gonna be slippery. Whatever. Let me take a sip of water. Yeah, I'm guessing this will be a bit of a longer episode because I have so many whips that I've knit on in the past, basically 10 days, that I want to show. I'm guessing in a week I won't have that many whips. I will focus on a few things and not on all of them. In my Teen and Meat bag I have my blanket, also one of my cast-ons. Look, it has doubled in size. Yay! I added these 3 down on this side, and I still need to weave in on my ends. Yes, but I want to do that once I am all finished with this square, so I can weave in the ends in the neat places, basically. This is all Colourful Smooth Sock from my advent calendar from 2020. And I really like it. It's all greens. I have made myself go with a rainbow theme, but then do green in one block. So all the greens, or all the colors that have green in it, are allowed to go in this block. I have one more here, this one, that will go in here. I'm not sure yet where. I think here, probably. Might like that best. For this one it's too similar, and this one I'm not sure. Here it brings a real nice pop of color. But I have to find 2 other green yarns to fit in there as well. And I'm not sure yet. There should actually be a second one as well. This one's also still here. I might do this one there. And this one there. And then I only need one more. There's probably one in my big bin of leftovers and mini skeins. I'm very sure there is something I can use. There will be green yarn in this house, definitely. I'm knitting this on 2.75mm DPNs, but I'm using them as straights. Just because I'm like, yeah, I don't need circulars for this. The pattern I have based this on is the Stitch in Time blanket by Kay Jones. And I have modified that to make the squares smaller. I'm only doing 25 stitches now. And I can actually finish a square in about 15 to 20 minutes. 15 when I really am not distracted by my phone. Just saying. Then, in my gorgeous Paisley Ducky Space Cat bag, and I saw on Instagram that Anna posted in her stories that she might be more active again. And hopefully that means she will also get back to sewing project bags, because they are just too good not to be made anymore. Really, Anna, really, if you're watching this, your project bags are just amazing. But in here is my rainbow sweater, and you already saw the rainbow part. I finished that in the 12 cast-ons. It is now blocked, which you already saw as well in a later episode of the cast-ons. Here it is, Rainbow by Yelleyknits. And finally I sat down yesterday to do all the calculations. Words. My brain is a bit full. A bit of a mess up there. To do all the calculations for the whole sweater. There is a wonderful spreadsheet for it, but I wanted to do it on paper because I want to know why and how, and I thought it was very interesting for my own knowledge of how things work. And I cast on the sleeve. I am knitting this on Colourful Smooth DK, and the main color is Razzle Dazzle, just like that sock I'm knitting. I mean, glorious neon rainbow goodness, as you can see. This is a super neon kitten set, also in Smooth DK, and both are available in my shop, of course. And I'm going to frog this. I did measure my gauge, and my gauge was all over the place in that rainbow bit, and I thought, well, this might be better to measure it. And I'm off half a stitch per inch, which means basically almost 4 stitches off on a round, and that means almost a full inch off. And that is the difference between negative ease and positive ease on this sweater. So I'm now at negative ease, and that makes this sleeve so tight that I wouldn't be able to wear anything underneath it, or I would look like the Michelin woman. And yeah, I'm just not. I planned it so it would have half an inch of positive ease on the sleeve, and it doesn't have that. So I have to rip it back and add 4 stitches, and then everything is fine. And the whole calculation thing learned me how to do that and how to do that in the future. I do hope Jelly will get back at me, because I think I found a mistake or I don't understand something. And yeah, like I said, most people will probably use that perfectly fine spreadsheet, but I wanted to do it on paper. And but now that I understand it better and saw that, yeah, mistake or something in a pattern that just didn't work for me, I had to frog it anyways. So it's good that it's too small, that my gauge is off, because now I get to frog it early in the process instead of later. I am knitting this on 4mm needles, and they're also high sharps, because do I even have anything else? Yes, I do. The DPNs were chow good, not just high sharp. Somehow for DPNs I like steel. I like a nice smooth sharp tip, but the sharp DPNs are like killer material. Then a project that wasn't in the cast-ons, but is in a wonderful Eldenwood craft sheepy bag. And I really love my big bag. It's huge. And in here is a huge project. In here is my husband's bubble cardigan that actually did see some progress in the past 6 weeks that we haven't spoken regularly. As you can see, I managed to get all the way to the underarms from the back and join the whole thing in the round, or well, it's still knit flat, but join all the parts together, and now I will have very long rows for a very long time, which is not very promising yet, but okay. And this is a knit on a 3.75mm needle, sorry about that. And the bubble cardigan, let me find the front page, there it is. The bubble cardigan is a pattern by Stephen West of Westknits, and yeah, it's a really nice pattern. I really like it. And of course I forgot where I am now. Okay, I'll just put it away and find it. I know the pattern by heart now. I'm using a lot of yarn, and I have 10 balls of yarn in here. That's how big this is. It fits 10 balls of yarn and the project and the pattern. I'm using my own hand dyed. I'm using Undercover Otter. I don't know the colorway names. This is an Igor. I'm using quite some Clan of Igors from the last, no, not the last year. Last year there weren't any Clan of Igors, from 2019 and 2020. This one is from Junk Yarn, the lovely Camper, which was a special clip yarn for astrology signs, This one is by Dutch Wool Diva. Not sure if it was Wicked Witch, but... And also my own hand-dyed Spring Explosion is this one. And there's a lot more in here, mostly mine and Undercover Otters. It's just one ball of Dutch Wool Diva and one ball of junk yarn. The rest is all Aiden and me. And yeah, Robert is definitely looking forward to this, so I should be knitting on this, but such long rows, so many ends. What was I thinking? Pretty much that. Ah, there's a super annoying scooter driver. I could. Seriously, he's just going up and down the street and his scooter is making so much noise. Oh well. Sorry if you hear that in the background the whole time. I cannot do anything about my neighbor. It's a neighbor around the block and the kid is... Oh, let me stop there. This is supposed to be a good episode. Then I have some acquisitions. I will say I have a little bit more acquisitions, but I'm keeping them for later episodes. So I have a little bit every week and not everything now, because I already know that there won't be a lot after I finish showing you this. So first up, I have Pom Pom magazine. This is the Rhythm issue and it is winter 2021. It arrived really late. I had to pay custom fees for it, which I shouldn't have according to their own email that I got. And I will file a complaint and see if I can get a refund on it. Yeah, the post is just messed up, and like they said on in their email, this was my final issue, and if I want to buy it, I could buy it more locally, which I plan to do if I actually like it, because this is the second issue in a row that I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna knit anything from this. I don't like anything in there. Somehow it's just not my cup of tea. It's either really thick yarn, yeah, that I don't use. Let me see. No, this might actually be a design I could make. The wavetable, let me find it. Why did it not appeal to me? Where is it? Probably in the front, of course. Oh, yeah, probably because of the Nupsy thingies. Oh. I think this is about fingering weight. It's at 198 yards per 50 grams, so should be. But I just don't like those Nupsy thingies. Bubbles, whatever they are. Yeah. Not a real big fan. And yeah, it's just another I'm not fond of. I really enjoyed the one with Stephen West and Amy of La Bien-Aimée as guest editors, and since then it's been more of what I'm not a fan of. So it happens. My subscription ended, and if I really like an episode or a edition now, then I would just buy a loose one. I will not get a subscription in the UK again because of all the Brexit shit. Yeah. Then this wonderful yarn came in. No more yarn. Yeah, what's this? Well, I won this in the raffle of the treasure chest YGC. The lovely Catherine hosts that raffle, and there are always prizes to win. I always donate my own patterns for it, and I actually won yarn with a pattern from the wonderful Twin Sat and Pearl, and I got a lovely card with it from Rachel, who is part of Twin Set and Pearl, and she donated this yarn of Mr. B, which is now Bird Street UK, and this is their Hiddlestone 4-ply, which is the same as my smooth sock, and it is called a Nice Bubble Bath as a colorway name. Very, very nice. Thank you very, very much, Catherine, for hosting the raffle and having awesome prizes, and Twin Set and Pearl for donating this and sending it to me. Very much appreciated. It took its time, but it's finally here. And yeah, Customs apparently needed to sit on that yarn for a while. What else do I have to tell you? Not much, actually. Let me grab my water. I am dyeing yarn again. I dyed up a new colorway already this year, and I am dyeing up some experiments at the moment. So yeah, 12 new colorways. Whew, that's a lot. Yeah, it is. And I hope that I will have news on that soon. I have to see how it works out first, because I am not a believer of that it goes smoothly in one go. So probably have some tweaks here and there. It's called experimenting. Sometimes it goes wrong, which is fine. Part of the whole deal. I hope to have a shop update at the end of the month, but I'll tell you more when I know more. And yeah, personal life basically is my shop life. It's pretty boring at the moment. So yeah, it's very grey and very January here. So I'm happy I have my ring light to be able to show you all things in color instead of a blurry grey vision. I haven't found a new camera yet. It's difficult. So many things that I would like are sold out. So the chip shortage definitely is visible in the camcorder and video camera land. But I hope that someday I can actually find a new one. Until then, this one will work, and even my phone works better at the moment. So fingers crossed we can keep that going. And yeah, how are you guys? What are you working on? Anything exciting for January? I know it's Blue Monday today. Well, I'm wearing blue, navy blue, with polar bears. And I think for the second year in a row, I think that I am not bothered by Blue Monday. I didn't set any goals, and I had a play day for, like, experimenting is play day for my yarn. So I'm totally fine today. So I hope you all are too, and you are not too bothered with the whole grey and not too much sunshine and everything. And yeah, I hope you're all well, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.